Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is DFree, and for today's video we're going to be talking about the new Ultra Super Gogeta. What we're going to do for today's video is we're going to talk about the overall kit of the character, give you guys my opinions, my thoughts on yet another Blue Saiyan character. We're going to talk about as well how I think they'll handle the Ultra rarity, some things people are talking about like this could potentially be the only sparking on the banner, how much Z power they will drop because he is a new rarity, the first new rarity, because yes, LF's Legends Limited were not a new rarity, they were a subsect of sparking, so they had the natural 600, but this is the first new rarity that could potentially have more Z power drop naturally, outside of the fact that it seems like, unless this was something that was lost in translation, we will not be getting the same perks as the Legends Festival Part 1 banner featuring the 3x drop and raids and blah blah. So there's a lot of things we're going to talk about in this video, so please be sure to finish the video if possible. So we're going to start off by just kind of watching the trailer because I didn't get a chance to do that. I did it, but I didn't get a chance to do it in a video format. No, I cannot full screen it because that might stop my recording potentially. So watch the trailer here and we'll move on from there. Again, the first summonable Ultra, going to give my thoughts on that as well. It's the green card animation right there. Overhead blast. Blast armor on the strike. Blast armor on the blue. It's the Janemba animation. Strike again. Ult. Blast armor on ult. Soul Punisher! What are we calling it? What are we calling it? What are you calling it? Soul Punisher or Stardust Breaker? What are we calling it? I don't know what they call it in the game because I haven't got there yet. I haven't actually read the name of it because we do have a video that goes over it, but let me know what you guys prefer to call it. Anyways, so this video, I've already told you, is going to have a lot of stuff in it. So if you're somebody that's kind of impatient, I'm sorry, I can't help you. Maybe put the video on 1.5 times speed. I'll talk a little faster. Hopefully you can keep up, or put this video on, like, you know, podcast format, listen to it as you're driving, whatever. So I'm just going to go ahead and talk about the fact that he is an ultra rarity character. Very briefly, people are kind of like upset about that we're finally getting this, and that was to be expected, even though they tried to lessen the blow a few months back when Omega came out and they were like, hey, just so you know, the next time you see an Ultra, it will be a summonable one. Even though they tried to do that, it was inevitable. People are going to get mad. You can't make everybody happy. Now, the real question is, how are they going to handle this? I talked about it previously. I do think that there will be a higher than 600 Z power drop rate on this character, and following ultra rarity summonable characters naturally outside of the 3x rate perk that you get for Legends Festival, because all of the rarities, Hero, Extreme, Sparking, and now Ultra, all have different Z power drops innately. So I do think this will be higher. How much higher is the question. There is a little interesting tidbit in there where Toshi says you won't have to worry about using this character at 2-star. So that tells me that they at least will drop at a 3-star rarity, or star level, because of the limit break amounts overall, and stuff like that. So unless you get them, I guess, via other means, it's almost going to be impossible to get them at a 2-star level is what it sounded like. So I don't know if it'll be 999 or 1,000, whatever the number is. I don't know if it'd be even, you know, 1,500. It could be as high as 3,000. Who knows, right? I'm not going to make criticisms or judgments on this type of thing until we actually see it handled, and this character will be coming out tonight. Don't take anything off the table. It could be 2,000, 3,000. I don't think it'll go much higher than that. But we'll go from there. In terms of the rate for the character, I don't think it'll be the meme stuff like 0.01. I don't think it'll be any higher than 0.25. I think that's probably where it'll be, just because LFs and stuff like that. I think it'll probably be something similar to that. So on that topic, this could be the only sparking on the banner. It could be an EX or Ultra, I guess. You know, stuff like that. Could be an EX as well alongside the Ultra. Whatever. We just don't know. They, again, do come out tonight, so stay tuned. So in terms of what I'm thinking is, I'm thinking this dude is a massive, massive powerhouse. Like, seriously. He seems incredible. Also, they finally said, you know what? We'll give you a good Super Saiyan to pair with Bardock. And the funny thing is, there's not really any drawbacks built into this dude's kit that say you don't, as far as I can recall, anyway, we'll go over it, that say you don't want to run him alongside Super Saiyan Bardock or whatever the case is. Now, there is still problems with the Super Saiyan team because it's heavily reliant on Bardock, but we've interestingly been in a very purple heavy meta where it's all purple, or maybe yellow green like Oob and Gogeta counter options, but it's pretty much all purple teams because the tag character has insane viability, allowing something like that to happen. This character could bring about the mono blue meta, whereas the third character could be whoever. I mean, it might be Trunks, even though he doesn't get the endurance and the extra benefits of that he would have from being on the specific teams he's needing. But who knows, right? Mono blue may be on the rise, or blue purple for sure is going to be back, I think. So overall, though, the last topic on the ultra rarity of the Gogeta here is, I will say, I don't think his animations look all that great. I know that they take a long time, so I'm not being too critical on that. It is what it is. But he kind of, outside of the intro here, it's very front-loaded, right? This is art, and the intro animation, which you won't see unless he's your first battle member, right? He almost feels like, outside of that stuff, he almost has very, very kind of basic, not even LF-worthy animations. Like I don't know, I feel like Ultras, if they're going to be summonable, need to have an LF on them too. Just, I don't know, maybe they'll save that for Anniversary. It just feels like he's, outside of this intro stuff, kind of like, you know, the animations aren't anything special. I think we have better looking Gogetas in the game currently, and I don't think that's a hot take. Anyways, I'm not really mad about that. It's just the topic, right? Maybe we will get a Legends Limited Ultra at some point, probably. Okay, so they did a very well put together video. This is the first time they've done something like this. I would implore you to still finish my video, but if you'd like to check this video out, I'll leave it down below for you, and if I forget, let me know, please, and I'll, you know, try to add it there. But they have the information listed, so we'll go ahead and go over it. He's a blue melee type character, Saiyan, Super Saiyan, Otherworld Warrior, Fusion Warrior, and Fusion tags. Sagas from the movies episodes. He obviously is going to be built to be run on movies as well if you wanted to do that. His Z ability is interesting. This is the 6-star level of the Z ability. It's not the 14-star level because it's Z ability 3, not 4. According to DBZ Space anyway. But anyways, moving on. It has 2 bullet points, plus 3% to Super Saiyan special move damage inflicted. Oh, they're just screaming use him on Super Saiyans at that point, huh? All your Super Saiyans are going to get 3% more special move damage at 6-star level for this character. I assume that goes up to 5 at 14. Maybe a little higher, but probably 5. Increases Fusion Warrior or Saiyan character strike, attack, and defense. You know, I'll tell you, unless he picks up a 3rd tag, having Saiyan instead of Super Saiyan there is actually incredibly good. It's incredibly good because it's so much broader, right? You have all the other forms of Super Saiyan and the base forms as well. Like, it's incredibly broad. So strike, attack, and defense, they don't actually tell us the percentages, unfortunately, but it is what it is. I assume it'll be mid-20s, like typical numbers, right? So anyways, his his strike card has the impact damage modifier. It has blast armor as well, and also when he uses a strike, he restores 5 ki. So overall, it's not anything like crazy outlandish, but having the extra ki on there obviously is going to just lead to some pretty powerful combos, especially when you combo in some other things like his green, which we'll talk about in a minute. So blast armor, again, very powerful. These are the same animations we just watched. I don't think his blast has anything different about it. By the way, he was the first new Ultra with a different blast animation, because all the free Ultras have the same one, if I recall correctly, where they're doing it from like the side position. This character does it from like an overhead position. Yeah, he pulls it from overhead. It's different. Anyways, so yeah, his blast doesn't seem to have anything built into it. Cannot be interrupted when charging forward, so he has blast armor on it. When activated, increases special move damage inflicted, so another blue card buff. So the Z ability is going to buff the entire team's, by the way, that's outside of the Ultra ability, but the entire team, if they're Super Saiyan anyway, buff their blue card damage. And then here, another blue card buff specifically for him. And then if he lands the blue card, he destroys all of your enemy's cards. Again, blast armor there, pretty powerful card. So moving on. The green here, very powerful green. It's just a natural animation. We saw it earlier. Very powerful, not a combo starter, nothing like that. Just a very powerful effect. It doesn't, it's not a counter. It's nothing special in terms of the animation. It's just a regular green card, but a very powerful one at that. Increases strike damage. Gives him the ability to nullify special covers. Yeah. Another character that picks it up on green, which is crazy powerful because the utility, they're not saying you can't use it like, 2 or 3 times only like Gogeta Blue. It's a very good effect on Gogeta Blue regardless, but having the utility of having it on green allows you to dictate your own terms, right? Cancels downgrades and conditions. Cancels the enemy's buffs twice. Very powerful green card to have. You cleanse yourself. You cleanse them too, technically. Even though not for downgrades, but upgrades. It's even better. You pick up a damage buff, you restore ki, and you also can nullify cover. Very, 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 very powerful. And again, the ki gain will offset the cost of this green card, which is probably 15 or 20 ki, so you'll net probably about 10 ki. Again, the strike cards do also restore ki. So overall, really good synergy there. So he has an ultimate. He has 2 options to use his ultimate. It's really crazy how they did it. So he's the first character that can use an ultimate twice. Supreme impact damage cannot be interrupted when charging forward because it has blast armor. Increases ultimate damage upon activation and nullifies endurance. So an ultimate damage buff and nullifies endurance effect as well. So I mean, the ultimate itself it has supreme damage, which is great, but it's not anything crazy. Blast armor, ultimate damage buff, and nullifying endurance is pretty, you know, cookie cutter stuff for our top tier characters. So he'll obviously nuke you to pieces though. Very powerful card. Again, same animations we already saw. So here's the main ability. Randomly destroys one of your cards to force the ultimate card into your hand, similar to LF Vegito Blue. Restores health, restores ki, and gives a 15 count damage buff. And it's not a very crazy, but the thing is, I don't want to say that because we don't know the numbers. What if this is like 40% health and like 50 ki? I don't want to say that. And what if the damage buff for 15 counts is a massive one, like 50% or something? Like, I don't want to say that because these numbers could be very high, but just with the bullet points listed out, it doesn't look crazy, but it's probably really good. Anyways, he gets to use his main ability quicker than most characters that have ultimates. Typically, they have to wait, I think, 25 counts. He gets to use his after 20. So that's pretty good. So again, it doesn't look crazy, but I'm sure the numbers are going to be freaking high. So here's his passive abilities and uniques. Plus 100% to damage inflicted, can't be canceled. Minus 50% to damage received, can't be canceled. And a +1 draw speed level, can't be canceled. Very, very high numbers. That leads me to believe that, again, the other numbers in his stuff, they're not showing it, but I think those other numbers throughout the kit will be very high, like in the blue card damage or whatever. So unique gauge. He has a unique gauge. It charges every time this character uses an arts card. So there was a strike-based unique gauge that was in the files. I assume he is the one that's getting that version. Because they put the little icons in the unique gauges, and there was one that was unused. I assume he's getting it. Anyways, so it charges anytime he uses an arts card. Once the gauge is full, it resets to 0 and applies the following effects to self. Draws a blue card next. Wait, there's no like 2 times only on that? Every time it's full, he gets to just draw a blue card. Restores his health and ki. What? 15% and 40%. Plus 20% damage inflicted for 15 counts, can't be canceled. Okay. Reduces next sustained cut. Can't be canceled until the enemy's combo is finished. You know the funny thing about that last one? Is if you somehow were using this Gogeta and were able to chain combos and fill his gauge a few times, you know, like, he would be the most tankiest unit in the game. He would be over 100% damage cut. I think that's a very, very extreme scenario that'll probably never happen. But seriously, even just twice, filling his gauge twice and resetting it is insane because he already has 50% cut. That's insane. Restoring health and ki too is wow. Let me just explain this. He gets the gauge full by beating the enemy up. And then he gets a benefit of when it fills completely, it resets back down, allowing him to build it further. But not only that, he picks up 40 ki and draws a freaking blue card. You know what? Watch his blue card naturally be a 40 cost blue card. You know, we very rarely see that happen. And I guess one of the times I'm thinking about it's worse, where it's like purple Gotenks who got 60 naturally. Just for what reason? But like seriously, this is actually pretty insane. And they give him another damage buff. And again, the blue cards automatically always have other blue card damage buffs in there. It's a lot of synergy built into this guy. And if you draw a green card, he'll just rip you to pieces, dude. If you have a green card, he will destroy you. Wow. Very interesting character. And again, he constantly is healing. He really will be constantly healing. Because he has heal built into his main, so there's that. He has heal here. Did he have heal on the green too? If he did, it's just like, dude. This is insane. It really is. Okay, it's not even all of it. Wait, there's more. Hold on. There's more effects for the freaking unique gauge. Really? Randomly destroys one of your cards and draws an ultimate card next if 2 allies are defeated. Oh yeah, that's right. So I don't know if this was tied into the gauge being full. I mean, it looks like it's all just one really long passive, right? So it might be it. But anyways, if he's last man standing, he draws the ultimate again because that's not busted. He gets plus 20% damage to powerful opponent or sagas from the movie's characters. Can't be canceled. Knocks back if cover is performed against their strike cards. He's a strike knockback, excuse me, that combos into blue cards. This guy's insane. Applies the following effects when the character enters the battlefield, and there's a defeated battle member. If there's anybody defeated on his team, he inflicts no switching for 5 counts twice, and he does a 2-time 10 count nullify element factors, meaning he goes neutral versus green cards or green characters. Shortens ally sub count by 5 when enemy activates rush when the character's on the battlefield, so you can't even rush him. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Seriously, what the hell is this? I have actual tears. What the hell is this? Hold on. Seriously. What is this? What is this guy? Why is he allowed? What the hell is this? Seriously, what is this? I really need to know. What is this? Ooh, boy, it's not even done. Holy crap. Oh, the ultra ability. I have actual tears right now. If this character is the leader, okay, so the first character that's built literally for the leader slot. Applies the following effects itself when the battle starts, can't be canceled. Plus 30% more damage and 30% cure recovery. God damn, dude. And if he's not the leader, he gets 5% to those numbers, up to 15, pretty much, it looks like. Up to 3 battle and support members would be counted. Oh, no. It goes all the way up. So if he's not the leader and he's on a full fusion team, he still gets the same buff, right? So, okay. So if you're not using him on fusions, you put him in the leader slot. Okay. It's not a bad thing. It's okay. I guess what it does do is it kind of neuters his utility on a team like I was talking about with like Frieza. Technically, you could put him on Lineage of Evil, I guess, in that case, but like you would want Frieza on a Saiyan team in the leader spot, and you'd put Bardock as your third battle member. But, you know, it just would be kind of weird. He is not getting this in those scenarios if you do weird compositions like that. But on a more normal team, this is kind of just whatever. Okay. Well, I was going to tell you my thoughts on him, but really, as I started going through this, it's just like, dude, what is this guy? Let me just recap. He's got blast armor on everything. His blast card doesn't seem to do anything because, by God, if it did like a debuff or for sustained damage cut or something, like, my God, what are we doing here? But I think it would be listed. It doesn't do anything. Okay. His green card is very powerful, gives him a damage buff, restores his ki, cancels the enemy's buff. So, like, if they had cut or whatever, assuming it's cancelable, it's getting deleted. He cleanses himself because you can't give him anything, and he won't, it won't hold. And he also has, again, nullify cover. So, okay, very, very, very powerful green card. The blue card, for the record, the blue card wasn't anything crazy, but the fact that it has blast armor, destroys all your cards. Actually, never mind, I take it back. It has a blue card damage buff itself, which he already had that as a Z ability. It has blast armor. It destroys all your hand. Okay. Crazy utility considering how often he'll be using that card. He has 2 ultimates, by the way. 2 of them. 2 ultimates. So that's 2. Wait a minute. 30 counts on the restores nullify endurance? Okay. So what this means is if he misses this, that's fine. But if he lands it, you better make sure that you don't have another endurance character out there, because what'll happen is this will apply to any arts card he does. Taps, whatever. It'll apply to that. He will nullify for 30 counts. He has this effect built into anything he does for 30 counts, like Demon King Piccolo. He will have this built in for 30 counts. Most of the time, this is only 3 counts. I think LF Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta has it for 10. This dude has 30. And he gets it twice. What the hell is this? Okay. All right. So he force draws the ultimate into his hand with his main ability, by the way. Restores health, ki, and damage. I already told you I think those numbers will be high. He can use his ultimate earlier than most characters. Damn, they went balls to the wall with this dude. His unique gauge is insane. You know what? If I'm being completely honest, the unique gauge almost seems like the worst part of his whole kit. And that's a good thing. Because the sheer amount of time I think it'll take to fill that stupid gauge. Imagine if it's like 4 cards. He already has draw speed. He'll have key recovery. Seriously, like, what is this guy? I need to know. I absolutely need to know. I haven't seen this level of shock on myself probably since Vegito Blue came out. Wow. He has the knockbacks. He has the bonus damage versus villain characters pretty much, and also movies characters, so he'll do more damage to Goku and Vegeta. He has the extra ult in the last man standing scenario. He has no switch and neutral twice for both of them for 5 and 10 counts. And then, you know what kills me? What really kills me is the shortened sub count for allies. He's got the freaking Bojack mechanic. It's really, like characters like Robbery and Rage Trunks have it for themselves. But the fact that you can say, oh, I'll throw out this character that I want, and let you rush them. And the funny thing is, when you actually rush them and kill their character, you start popping the effect for when an ally is defeated, right? Where's that ability at? When he has a defeated battle member, it doesn't have to be 2, right? It's just one of them. Where's that effect at? Where's it at? It's probably the first unique ability. So much stuff built into this guy. Dude, this is a long-ass unique. Okay. I don't know. It's in here somewhere. I'm not going through this again. Maybe it was on the page I was just on, clearly. Randomly just, maybe it's the third part. I don't know. I feel like that's in here somewhere. I might be misremembering, but it's just this guy. Okay, the way they built him is just too synergistic. He works too well. he works too well. His kit, when you really start thinking about it, is crazy. So let's talk about briefly what this means for his teams. So fusions, obviously Vegeta Blue's gone. He's gone. I don't want to hear anything about it. He's gone. I don't care. He's gone. You could have a 14-star in this LF Ultra is at 3-star. I don't care. Vegeta Blue's gone. I don't care. You could have him with triple Zenkai, but he's gone. I don't care. What? He's gone. I don't care. Okay. Anyways, this guy nullifying. He has some of the same things: neutrality, endurance nullification, special cover nullification, whatever. Incredible character, especially with his unique equip. Again, some of the same things both in this guy. All these freaking Gogetas are insane, really, when you think about it. Then you have Majub and Super Vegito as well, rounding out the full color and full team. That's a very, very powerful, very meta team. Very meta team. Actually, they need a new red, I guess, but you can make do with this Zenkai Gogeta, because why not? Very powerful team. Wow. Wow. I mean, they've got to be like Z tier. See, like, you know, one thing I'll tell you is I'm like super apprehensive about overrating these characters, but I just don't think that's possible with this dude. Like, look at everything he does. I don't think it's possible. He's too damn good. He is too good. Seriously. I don't think it's possible to overrate him. Okay, let's talk about movies. He's the best blue on movies, and it's not even close. I like Broly, by the way. It's not even close. Okay. So on movies, you put him in the leader slot. Perfect. Whatever. Blue, purple, blue, yellow, purple, whatever you want to do. Blue, green, purple, blue and purple just in general with the duo character. And then also you could technically run this guy as your secondary purple if you don't have the duo character, because he's still quite good. Movies is also ridiculous. Okay. Saiyans, he's got a Saiyan's ability. Again, he's the best blue here too. I don't care about anything. It is what it is. And you have some of the same characters here, like Gogeta, SS4. You have the Hero number 1, Vegeta. You have the SS3, Goku. Saiyans is ridiculous. Okay, so every team he's going to go on, by the way, is just shooting to the top of the tiers. So let's talk about mono teams or color counter teams. Those teams are, again, incredibly good. He's going to fix the things that like would make those teams worse would be like neutrality not being in this guy's kit, but he has that. He has no switch. Like these things in his kit that say you can't do what you want to do, right? To him. So those teams are going to be okay. You know what? I'm done. I'm wrapping this video up because I'm thinking about it and it's done. There's no point. Okay, we're done. I'll see you later.